Is there a big move lurking for Bitcoin and Litecoin? What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous weekend. We're going to take a look at the charts, and I'm going to show you what I believe might be going on, and that Bitcoin and Litecoin may surprise everybody very soon. So definitely stick around to the end of the video. Also, I want to show you why I believe we'll hit 46,000 by the end of the year, and I've been saying it since January. We've been following these two chart comparisons since January, so definitely stick around to the end. You don't want to miss it. And also want to look at the gold chart and see why I believe we may have an indication that there could be a recession starting. So definitely stick around. You don't want to miss it. Also, there's a free Discord group in the description below the video. If you want a place to hang out, talk about, and learn about crypto, definitely check it out. It's totally free. Great community. And there is also some affiliate links down there. Definitely check those out. It really helps the channel out if you can use them. A lot of them you get bonuses and discounts for signing up with them. So check them out. All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market. Do not put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here or you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. I do daily updates every single day to try to keep people informed on what's going on with the market. Also, tick the notification bell. It'll notify you as soon as I post a video, or if I go live, it'll also notify you. Definitely don't forget to do that, and give it a giant thumbs up and leave your comments. Let me know what you think the market's doing. All right, we're looking at Bitcoin on the weekly, and I've been looking at this as a bull flag for weeks now, and I know everybody was looking at it as a symmetrical triangle. Then they changed their mind when we broke down a little here. Now they're saying it's a descending triangle, and they think it's like this one over here. I don't believe that is at all the case. I do believe this is a bull flag, which we will be breaking out within the next month or so, in my opinion. And if we do a measured move off of the breakout from right here, that being the flagpole, to the top of the flag to where we break out. Excuse me a second. Sorry, guys, I got a cough I cannot get rid of this morning. So anyways, all right, so that would be our measured move around the $20,000 to $21,000 range off of this bull flag, the break of this bull flag. And I've talked about it for a long time now. In here, really does not matter what is going on. I'm looking at the long term here, and like I said, stick around to the end of the video and you'll see why. But anything happening within this green bull flag really doesn't mean anything to me. It's the break of the top of this bull flag that's going to be exciting, guys. Let me get this out of the way here. We're going to also take a look at the RSI. This is the weekly RSI. It'll end tonight at 8 o'clock. If we can tick back inside this wedge here, I do believe that's going to be bullish as hell, and that means that within the next few weeks we'll see a break of this, and I think it'll be huge. Now, if we do close down here today, this could still be moved down here, and it could still be a wedge, and we could get a little downwards action next week and pop back in. But I'm really looking for it to pop back in here today. We will see what happens. Definitely keep an eye on that, guys. Either way, I'm still bullish as hell for the macro, and I still believe in 46,000 by the end of the year. Let's look at, well, let's go back to the weekly real quick and just show you. You look at this, while we're in a formation like this, we have declining volume, as you can see right here. And this is the weekly, and it's very rare to see more than 3 weeks of red in Bitcoin. So let's take a look at the daily. And looking at the daily, we'll look at the price action first, and I'll give you my bearish targets first. But like I said, there is a possibility we really do a big jump today and get back in the falling wedge in the RSI. So keep that in mind. There's also the possibilities of coming down to these lower targets. But like I said, nothing matters to me inside this green area because the big picture does not change. The only way I would change my opinion is if we broke the bottom of this bull flag, which I highly doubt is going to happen. Now, where we're at now, we could pop back up here today, and if we get above this trend line, this old support, and we test it and get, or this, well, now it's resistance. So if we break above and make it support again, I do believe we are looking at the bullish scenario, and we will see a break of the top of this bull flag within the next couple weeks at least. So, or at the most, if we break above this. If not, I have the lower targets in here. This one right here, the $8,400 range, is the 200 EMA on the daily. And if we go back all the way back to the last bull market, you can see we never broke down below that. Obviously, we don't have to go down and touch it either. That's why I do believe we could be having a nice move up. I know everybody's looking at this as a death cross. A lot of times, guys, that's a fake out. It doesn't continue, and we could break up from here. It's not to say we don't go to the lower targets first, but it is possible. So I am going to, let's look at the RSI in the daily. As you can see, I have the resistance line up top, support line on the bottom. Yes, we could come down, test for support one more time before going up. But keep in mind, it is possible that we continue up from here and break through this wedge. Let's look at the 4 hour. In the 4 hour, we have this broadening wedge, falling broadening wedge here. This top line being resistance, bottom line being support. Now we seem to have formed a descending channel right here. Now, like I said, we could come down, retest this. That would be the really low lows, I believe, around the $7,200 range. But guys, I don't think that's going to happen. I do think we come up to at least test this first. And a break of this will be extremely, extremely bullish. Let's look at the price action. And I have some measured moves here for if we go down. So looking at this as a rising broadening wedge, which is normally a bearish sign. And if we were to come down somewhere in this area, that would get us down to the $8,700 to $8,800 range. Measuring this as a flagpole. Now, just measuring the wedge itself, breakdown of that could get us down to around the $9,100 range. And guys, that could happen today. And then before the end of the day, shoot up. We still have the whole day, so keep that in mind. But a break of this white trend line here in the 4 hour, which and the 55 EMA would be around the 9,900. So if we break above that and get support here, guys, I think this thing is going to take off. But we will have to wait and see. It does look good on the RSI, though. It looks like we could get another tick up here and then a possible break of this trend line, which would be a break of this falling wedge here. So definitely keep an eye on it, guys. It's looking good. I do want to show you real quick my higher targets for the break of the bull flag, and then we'll move on to Litecoin, and then we will look at why I believe we'll hit 46,000 by the end of the year. So measuring just the bull flag as a channel, where we break out, if we were to break out in this area, we're around the 15,300 is where we would probably see some resistance. And then if we might take the next measurement of this flagpole here and put it up to the top of where you might break out, that gets us around the $17,000 range, which would be our next point of resistance, in my opinion. And then obviously up to the 20,000. Now that doesn't mean we shoot straight up, guys. We're going to have resistance along the way. We have a lot of time to get there. As you can see, back here in the old bull run, we, really didn't take off until November. So I do believe we'll probably be somewhere maybe in this range in November, around 20,000, and then headed up to the 46,000. And again, I'll show you why in a few. Let's look at Litecoin real quick. All right, Litecoin in the daily. We are seeing bullish divergence here. I'll show you why. In the daily, we're having lower lows or higher lows in the RSI, lower lows in the price action. That is bullish divergence. Although we do have a death cross starting here, so we do have a possibility going down more. But looking at this, let's look at the RSI. Zoom out a little bit. Looking at this as a falling channel. And this, we were looking at this top line as resistance, this bottom line as support. Looking at this as a falling broadening wedge. Now we have created a falling wedge within here. I do believe that we could come up, test the top of this again, which is going to be a nice move up, in my opinion, if that happens. But we do still have the possibility to come back down and test this falling channel here. So keep an eye on that. Let's look at the price action. Like I said, everybody's really focusing on this death cross. I do believe we could most likely pop back up above this trend line here and get support on it and continue up from there. I do believe that is very possible, but I do also have some measured moves to look at the bearish case scenario. And I think we're going to have a resolve to this pretty quick, guys. But let's look at the 4-hour. We'll look at the 4-hour RSI first. As you can see, we're in this falling channel here. Does look like we are going to kick up to test this one more time. If we do that and then come down to test the bottom, that's going to be the bearish case. But if we break this, it's going to be pretty damn bullish, guys. Look at the price action. Get the RSI out of the way. And looking at the possibilities here. This is our 4-hour. Let me go back to the daily because I'm going to show you these lower targets in the daily. I actually have them marked off. This is, you know what happened to my, I don't know how my indicators disappear, but anyways, let's do a measured move off of this real quick. The break of this bear flag, which was up here, this triangle, and we put it down to here. And if we were to break this mini bear flag that we could possibly be forming here, we put it up to the break of that, and that gets us around the $53 to $54 range, which is old resistance become new support. Worst case here is down to around the $46 range. It is possible, but I think it's less likely. But again, we have to keep an eye on it, see what happens. Also have this broadening wedge here in yellow, and a break of that would get us up to around the $170 to $171 range. I do want to show you also in the Litecoin daily what we've been watching for quite some time, and that's looking at this as a cup and a handle forming here, the neckline being 146. Take a measured move off of the depth of the cup and bring it up to, if we were to break this 146 area, our next target's 270. But I do believe if we hit 46,000 by the end of the year with Bitcoin, Litecoin should be somewhere in between $500 and $1,000. Now, let's go to the Bitcoin daily versus the gold weekly chart and show you why I believe that we could hit 46,000 by the end of the year. If you guys haven't watched this before, I believe in patterns, and a pattern is a pattern. And these two commodities are the same type of commodities. Bitcoin, which I believe is digital gold, and gold. And we can see here is Bitcoin's all-time high, 2017. We formed this triangle in here. And guys, we've been watching this since January of this year and following it. It's been playing out beautifully. Even though it's not candle for candle, I do see a big move coming soon to the upward position. I'll show you why. If you notice here too, on this bottom trend line, Bitcoin had 2 touches before breaking through. And then I have these old support in the bear market. These trend lines drawn in here. This was old support off these two drawn in here. And we've been playing with this white line for quite some time. I do believe a break of this line here is going to be huge. And where we're looking at now, that's around the 13,000, 13,300 range, somewhere in there, if we went straight up now. But I'm going to click over to the gold chart. You can see the similarities. I do believe a pattern is a pattern. Charts are based on human emotions, guys. And I know people talk about manipulation and whatnot. It's all in the charts. In my opinion, everything is in the charts. I've said that since I started making videos. I've thought that for longer, but since I started making videos back in December when I did call the bottom, But as you can see, gold here, 2 touches on that bottom trend line before obviously you see what happened. I do believe there is a possibility, guys, that we get an ETF approval next month. So that should be interesting. I think there are deadlines in October or something like that. But I think you'll see a pump before that because that's just how it works. You hear the news after the news has been made. The big money and the bigger people know about it way before they let us know about it. So anyways, that's why I believe we're headed to 46,000 by the end of the year. And you can see it right there. Pattern is a pattern, guys. Yeah, it is what it is. Pattern's a pattern. And I just lost my Bitcoin chart. Hold on, let me pull that back up. I apologize. Oh, right here. Sorry about that. Don't know what happened there. But anyways, yeah. Back to that. Pattern is a pattern, guys. It's out of the way. And you can see this top yellow line, and if I go back, you can see why I believe that is my target for the end of the year. And like I said, we've been watching this gold, and I'd been telling people if we broke out of this channel here and we opened and closed a weekly above this channel, that I believe that we could possibly be looking at a recession in the traditional markets. That would be my indicator. And this closes up here tonight. I do believe that is our first open and close above that. So keep an eye on that. If it does close up here tonight, when the weekly closes, I do believe that we're possibly seeing a recession in the traditional markets. And that doesn't mean that it just falls apart and drops through. It's the beginning. It's going to be a slow, progressive downfall, in my opinion, if that's, this works as an indicator. But also I have some measured moves for gold if you follow gold. Looking at this as a triangle and a break of the top, that gets us to the 1675 range. And then if we do a measured move off of the rising channel that we've broken out of, that gets us up to about the $1,830 range. So yeah, guys, like I said, I am still in for 46,000 by the end of the year, and we'll keep an eye on it. We'll be following this. If you guys liked the video, definitely click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell. That'll get you notified when I post new videos. Smash those likes. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think, and I will see you later. Take it easy, guys.